Welcome to English with Basir. I hope everyone will be in the best position of your health in this video. I am going to share with all of you. Story is about as don't waste time. The Sands of Lost Hours. In the bustling city of Veradale lived a young man named Ethan Cole, a dreamer with countless ambitions but little discipline. Every morning he woke with determination. Yet by nightfall, his goals dissolved into distractions, social media, endless scrolling, idle conversations, and meaningless plans for tomorrow. Ethan often said to himself, "I still have time. I'm only 25. The future will take care of itself." But time, like sand, slips silently through even the tightest fist. The meeting with the old clockmaker. One evening, while wandering through the old quarter of the city, Ethan entered a small, dimly lit shop filled with antique clocks. The air smelled of varnish and nostalgia. Behind the counter sat an old man, Mr. Alaric, the city's last clockmaker. "Looking for something, young man?" the old man asked, without lifting his gaze from a half-repaired pocket watch. "Just passing time," Ethan replied casually. Mr. Alaric looked up, his gray eyes sharp as glass. "Passing time?" he echoed. "You speak as though time were a stranger you could ignore. Sit down, boy. Let me tell you something about the one thing you cannot afford to waste." Curious and slightly embarrassed, Ethan sat. The clock of life. The old man brought out a peculiar clock unlike any Ethan had ever seen. Its face had no numbers, no ticking hands, only a faint golden glow that pulsed slowly. "This," said Mr. Alaric, "is the clock of life. It counts not minutes, but moments truly lived." Ethan frowned. "Moments truly lived?" "Yes," said the clockmaker. "Every time you do something meaningful, help someone, learn something new, work toward a goal, this clock glows brighter. But when you waste time, it dims. And when it stops glowing completely, your time is over." Ethan laughed softly. "That's poetic, but impossible." "Perhaps," said Alaric. "But tell me, when was the last time you did something that made this imaginary clock? In your soul glow?" Ethan fell silent. He had no answer. The realization. That night, back in his apartment, Ethan couldn't sleep. The ticking of his wall clock seemed louder than usual, each second a whisper of regret. He remembered the projects he had abandoned, the people he had ignored, and the opportunities he had postponed. He realized his life had become a collection of maybes and laters. At 3 a.m., he stood before his mirror and said aloud, "If I don't start now, I'll end up like that clock, dim, silent, and forgotten." The next morning, he began small. He woke early, made a list, and completed one meaningful task. That day, he applied for a writing course he had delayed for years. Each completed goal felt like a spark. Within him, his invisible clock glowing once more. The test of consistency. Months passed, and Ethan's discipline grew stronger. Yet, as life often does, it tested him. Friends invited him to waste long evenings at bars. Distractions tempted him back into comfort. One night, he received a call from a friend. "Bro, chill. You're wasting your youth working all the time." Ethan smiled and replied, "No, my friend. I wasted my youth doing nothing. Now I'm living it." His focus made him feel alive. He realized time was not his enemy. It was his greatest ally, provided he used it wisely. The return to the clockmaker. A year later, Ethan returned to the old shop, eager to tell Mr. Alaric how his life had transformed. But when he arrived, the shop was closed. On the door hung a small sign. "Time has called me home, Alaric." Ethan felt a pang of sadness. Yet inside the window, he noticed the same golden clock, still glowing faintly. He smiled, whispering, "You kept your time well, old man." At that moment, he understood the old man's lesson, not just with his mind, but with his heart. Years later, Ethan became a successful author and motivational speaker, often telling audiences, "Time is the currency of life. You spend it every day, whether you intend to or not. The tragedy isn't that life ends, but that we wait too long to begin truly living." He named his first book, The Clock of Life, dedicating it to Mr. Alaric, the man who taught me the value of every second. Moral of the story: don't waste time, for time will not wait for you. Every second you spend shapes your destiny. Use it wisely, and life will glow with purpose. Subscribe to English with Basir for more inspiring stories from around the world. Stay blessed.